All right, this Harlowe build is called, well, I don't have a clever name for this one. It's called Overshield / gun, because that's all this build is about. Getting overshield, getting gun damage. We're dealing with Harlowe's green tree. Now I know I've used this green tree before for her support, but this time we're going to be using it to be selfish and become a powerhouse in solo. I mean, you could play this with other people, but this is primarily if you're going to be solo playing Harlowe. Putting 35 points in the Cosmic Brilliance, the green tree, and about 14 points into Seize the Day. We're going to start by putting 5 points into Harlowe gains increased maximum shield capacity and increased maximum overshield capacity. This is like the core of the whole build right here, and another thing right below it, but this is a huge start. We're also going to dip 2 points into momentum. Whenever Harlowe entangles an enemy, she and her allies deal increased critical hit damage. Coming on down, we're going to get when Harlowe irradiates an enemy, she gains increased gun damage. This affects stacks. We're putting 5 points in. It's 2% per stack at a max of 5 stacks. So that's 10%, plus we have 5 points. So we're looking at about 50% increased gun damage for irradiating enemies. To do that, we're going to need a radiation weapon. So that's something we'll have to keep an eye out for, is a radiation weapon, so we can do that. How are we going to guarantee that we irradiate those enemies? Mass ejection. We used it on the support build and we're using it here. Enemies inside Harlowe's flux generator lose all elemental resistances. Harlowe and her allies inside of the flux generator gain increased status effect chance by 100%. And then we're going to come on down and put 3 points into creative overflow. Harlowe deals increased gun damage based on her overshield. The more overshield she has, the bigger the bonus. We're going to put 3 points in at 12% per point. So about 36% extra gun damage based on the overshield. And then we had this up here, which is the mains hum, which is increasing the shield and overshield capacities. So we're juicing the overshield and then we're benefiting from the overshield with gun damage. And we increased our crit while also adding radiation and gaining more gun damage on top. Coming on down, we're going to put 5 points into decoherence. Harlowe deals increased damage with all sources to entangled enemies. Enemies inside of her flux generator take further increased damage. So they're taking an extra 5% damage. And then the flux generator enemies get another 3%. And that's per 5 points. So we're talking 25 plus another 15. That's just crazy extra damage on top of everything already within the bubble. We can put another 5 points into latent charge. Harlowe deals bonus damage with guns, melee attacks, and action skill while she has overshield. The more overshield she has, the bigger the bonus. You can kind of see where we're going with this. Overshield equals damage. Overshield means protected while doing damage. More protection, more damage. Less dying, more killing. That's a bonus damage of 10% of damage dealt by 5 points. Let's head on over to the far right side, where we're going to put 5 points into Excited State. Harlowe gains increased critical hit damage whenever an enemy is damaged by Harlowe's action skill, which is her bubble. The next shot on the enemy will be automatically crit hit. That's just one bullet. We're juicing the crits here, plus all the damage. Plus this also gives us increased critical hit damage by 7% per point at 5 points. Think about if you're using like a pump shotgun or Jacob's shotgun or a sniper rifle. That first shot is going to hit very hard. I wouldn't recommend like an AR or an SMG, although you could. Coming on down, we're going to put 5 points into distribution function. Whenever Harlowe's action skill damages an enemy, restore a portion of hers and her allies' shield capacity. If their shields are full, gain overshield instead. Shield restore plus 6% of damage dealt per point. So we're like 30% of damage dealt goes in the shields and can generate overshield, which we said it before, overshield equals damage. And then that takes us down to the old capstone of group study. Harlowe spawns a Halo sidekick for each ally instead of the flux generator. It automatically flies to each ally and yourself. Hover near them, granting increased gun damage, fire rate and reload speed. You can retrigger this multiple times to get a bigger benefit, but the more times you retrigger it, the faster the duration cuts out. So you're getting 25% gun damage, 20% fire rate, 30% reload speed, duration of 20%, shooting more often, shooting faster, and you're hitting harder. That's it for the green tree. Now we're gonna head over to the blue tree, seize the day, to see what 14 points we use over here. We're gonna put 5 points into parallel circuit. After triggering or re-triggering an action skill, Harlowe gains increased gun damage, 6% per 5 points. Another 30% gun damage. That allows us to come on down to Bright Future. We put 5 points in the Bright Future. Whenever Harlowe triggers or re-triggers an action skill, gains increased fire rate, 6% per point, 5 points, faster shooting, harder hitting. And then our final 4 points, we're gonna put 3 of those points into Precision Engineering. Harlowe gains increased critical hit damage by 3 points at 10%, 30% extra crit damage. And our final point goes into Ripple Effect. It's a kill skill. Whenever Harlowe kills an entangled enemy, automatically entangle another enemy nearby. You're just burning one. You're just one entangled enemy after another. There's a chance that this build absolutely burns and shreds, or there's a chance that it doesn't. I really don't know. The game's not out yet. These are just theory builds, but I think this one could be fun depending on what kind of legendaries or what kind of augments, what kind of different weapons we're going to be getting in the game. Something could drastically affect this or change it, but I think it could be a fun one to play around with, especially if you're solo. That's going to be it for the Overshield / gun build for Harlowe. Again, these are the 35 points in the green tree, and these are the 14 points in the blue tree. You can pause the video, go back through so you can save these, or you can go to maxroll.gg and you can view my builds from their website. If you have any recommendations, if you like something, dislike something, maybe I overlook something, let me know. I'm just going through and just tinkering around as I go. Let me know in the comments what I should look into, what I should change, if I should change anything. Let me know if you're going to be trying this build out yourself. I might give it a dabble. I might dabble with it a little bit in my solo playthrough. But let me know what you think. Make sure to follow, like the video. If you think one of your friends is looking for a gun build for Harlowe, make sure to share it with them. Let them know. Thank you again, everybody. Take care. Have a wonderful day. See you in Borderlands in just a few days.